video is brought to you by Letsynthesize Academy, the #1 place for practice-oriented courses for serious music producers.
Hey, Dan Larson here, welcome to the newest Synthesize Sunday episode. A few weeks ago, some of you asked me to show how Noisia made his very mid-range heavy bass sounds, so I prepared this little thing for you. So obviously this is the part I'm talking about. This is a very cool sound, and you can drop flangers and whatever effects on them to make them a little different. But like always, you can download this from my Patreon below, and if you want to dig deeper into production, check my academy for a Noisia style full track start to finish course. But right now, let's jump into it. Okay, so here is the sound itself. As you can hear, it's really loud and very middle frequency focused. And I froze it because the sound moves a little, so not every hit sounds the same. As you can hear, so I had to pick the best sound, and that is because the phase randomization, I guess. So anyway, if you want to grab this sound to have a very middle focus energy on the bass, you need to have a huge peak. As you can see, I'm using a bandpass filter with huge resonance. So if I pull back the resonance, you can hear that you don't really have that beef. So we definitely need that resonance, and without distortion, as you can see, I have the drive and the fat knob modulated by LE41, so that is very, very important. If you want to have a little more mid energy, pull back the sub, so that will let the higher frequency oscillators like oscillator A go out a little more to the filter. So this way, the sound will get a lot louder. So right now, the basic oscillator is oscillator B, and that is modulated by oscillator A. As you can see, I'm using amplitude modulation. So if I deactivate it, it's just not the same. So if I try FM, that can be cool too, but amplitude modulation creates a lot FME kind of sound. But if you want, you can stick to FM, and some little noise can make the sound a lot more interesting, less digital. Okay, cool, now let's go to the fix. The most important part here is the distortion, and I also added some extra voices using the hyper dimension, and the diode 2 is an awesome distortion algorithm. So this is what really makes the sound beefy and mid-focused, and OTT that evens out the sound and adds more top frequency energy, some reverb to make it really fat and wide, an EQ to chop off the frequencies that we don't really need, ouch, and the reverb filter that makes the sound more furry, more noisy, and more organic rather than just, digital and over distorted. So once again, if you want to grab this very mid-beefy sound, you definitely need a bandpass or even an EQ that you distort later, and just crank up the mid frequencies. I'm using the resonance for that on the bandpass filter, but again, you can use an EQ for that and just use heavy distortion on that to bring up those very aggressive elements. And of course, some EQing to kill the annoying frequencies, and some noise or something that really makes the sound a little more noisy rather than just very digital and very artificial can be very, very handy for you. Okay, so as you can see, the sound itself is not very complicated, and you can use different wavetables, you can drop different effects on it to make it completely different. But if you want to grab it, check my Patreon and check my Noisia style start to finish masterclass on Letsynthesize Academy, and see you guys next time. Peace.